Truman ready to rock, and Blake Craig will get us started with Billy Bowman set to receive for the Sooners. Under the lights at Memorial Stadium on this chilly Saturday night. Last time these teams met at this field, the opening kickoff was returned for a touchdown. No chance here. And last time we saw Oklahoma, they were really struggling offensively, so much that they let Seth Luttrell, the offensive coordinator, go. Jackson Arnold recouped the starting job, and now Joe John Finley and Kevin Johns are leading the way calling plays, and Arnold has turned everything around.
Yeah, we're really seeing Jackson Arnold 2.0. The decision-making is faster. He's using his legs and his mobility when nothing is open, which is protecting that offensive line. Needs to continue to get the ball out fast against a really good Missouri front seven tonight.
Their starting running back, Javante Barnes, was magnificent against Maine. He is unavailable tonight. They'll start without a running back out of the shotgun. And now Taylor Tatum in the backfield with him. And Tatum with a burst up the middle. He's got incredible promise. He gets the start tonight and rips off 9 on first down for the freshman out of Longview, Texas.
Yeah, and a big boost to this offense, getting 2 of their top receivers back tonight as well.
On second down, Arnold has to eat it and just barely gets past scrimmage. Christian Williams with the stop, a gain on maybe 1.
Well, part of the offensive struggle for this Oklahoma team for most of the years, they've had their top 5 receivers out almost the entirety of the year. Getting Deion Burks back tonight is massive. Also, Jaleel Farouk, who broke his foot in the opening game this year against Temple. He's back as well. 2 of their top 5 surely will help out Jackson Arnold here tonight. And let's see if they go to him on a third down.
Third and short. It's a 9th different starting offensive line for Oklahoma. A new left tackle, Arnold, able to squeeze through and pick up the Oklahoma first down. Michael Tarquin came out for warm-ups, but he's unable to go to get this thing started. So Logan Howland is getting a start at left tackle.
And this is one of the things that you're noticing in this Joe John Finley offense is the tempo is back. They're going a lot faster, a lot more consistently.
When Jackson Arnold showed up at Oklahoma, Jeff Levy was the offensive coordinator. Got away from that when Luttrell was promoted after Levy left for Mississippi State. Xavier Robinson in the backfield. Play action into the slant but high. Trying to find Brennan Thompson.
Oh, nice little read on the RPO from Arnold there. That one just came out a little high, a little hot. First throw of the night. Get those anxious nerves out.
Second and 10 for Oklahoma. Arnold in pressure, and it gets batted down. Zion Young in the backfield. Jackson Arnold was asked about coming on the road this week and playing in front of a sellout crowd. He embraced it. And you think about the idea to embrace the toughness. I like road games. Different environment gives you an edge. Second, third down faced by Oklahoma tonight.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep an eye on Johnny Walker, defensive end from Missouri. Really good player down here at the bottom of the screen.
He had 2 sacks in the first half against Jalen Milroe last time out.
And they're empty, so no one to chip up. Now they're going to bring Tatum back. Let's see if they chip 15 here, try to give Jackson a little extra time in the pocket.
You wonder how Tatum's pass pro is. Play clock at 0 as the snap gets off. Pressure from the other edge. He lost the football. Arnold pounces on it, and it'll be a loss of 10 yards on the play.
Well, I mentioned Johnny Walker. He doesn't get a chip. He's one-on-one. He's actually going to make an inside move, and they're going to cave down the right side of this offensive line. That's going to force Jackson Arnold to try to escape to the left. We saw an errant throw on Jackson Arnold's first attempt. That time, ball security issues. It's cold out there, so that ball feels a little slick at times. Got to make sure you got 2 hands on it tonight.
It was pouring down rain all morning and afternoon. It is still a bit misty, but no rain in the forecast. Luke Ilzinga with a nice punt. Great hang time taken at the 31-yard line. by Luther Burden. Okay, so here's Drew Pine, a Connecticut native that started receiving offers the summer after his 8th grade year. Of those offers, not only Nick Saban in Alabama, Florida State, Notre Dame, but also Missouri. Barry Odom and his offensive coordinator Josh Heupel offered Pine before he even played a high school snap. At Notre Dame, he was 8-2 and very efficient at the quarterback position. As an All-American tight end, they had a great defense, a lot going well for Notre Dame that year.
Yeah, and since that point, just hasn't played a lot of football until 2 weeks ago at Alabama. Just one start at Arizona State in 23. Important they get him off to a fast, consistent start here tonight.
Nate Noel is in the backfield. He's been banged up. And Noel is able to get forward for a gain of 3 on first down.
Yeah, and that's a big boost to this offense, getting Nate Noel back. He's so dynamic. He's able to put one foot in the ground and get vertical. This run game will be big here tonight for Missouri.
Luther Burden is in the slot. He was a one-time Oklahoma commit. He's got the gold t-shirt and gold socks underneath the all-black unis. Noel bottled up and taken down. Don't mention the tackles for loss up front. This is an aggressive Oklahoma defense under Zach Allen. It's got Brent Venables' fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, they just fly around. Kip Lewis here just read that the entire way. Blocking wasn't great up front. But this defense under Zach Alley is fun to watch. They're opportunistic. They're pressure-oriented. The strengths are the linebackers. Danny Stutzman and Kip Lewis we saw there making a play.
They have loaded the box on this 3rd and 10. Jamal Roberts is the Missouri running back now. Pine to throw out to Roberts, and it was like he caught that before being taken down by Ethan Downs. It's a loss of 6. The last 2 go backwards. Missouri knows, Eli Drinkwitz knows, they're going to have a hard time moving the football tonight.
Yeah, the plan's going to be a lot of screens, a lot of perimeter throws because of Drew Pine's height. Really struggles at times seeing over a big offensive line. But Oklahoma knows that as well. And Ethan Downs right there read the screen right away, fought through a block, and made a great play to force a punt here.
4th and 16. Luke Bowers on to punt it away for Missouri. Might be a punt fest. Oh, they almost got it. Wow. By a fingernail, and it's taken at the 36-yard line. A 39-yard punt. Sooners back on
nearly every single time. That's why I said Jackson Arnold 2.0 is kind of what we're seeing under Joe John Finley since he took over as offensive coordinator.
Tatum and Robinson in the backfield with him, and here's the freshman. Taylor Tatum picks up 1.5 yards. Coming off a good game against Maine, where he averaged nearly 5 yards a carry against the Black Bears, but Javante Barnes had a 200-yard game with 3 touchdowns, got injured in that game, and unavailable tonight for Oklahoma. On 2nd and 8, Arnold keeps it, weaves through traffic and picks up the first down, and the ball came loose and into the hands of the Tigers. Arnold insists he was down. Missouri comes out with it. And they say it's Missouri's football, but they're going to take a nice long look at this one. Recovered by the Johnny Walker.
Yeah, great play design. Now let's see if that left knee comes down. Oh, I think that ball's out. Wow, my initial replay, I thought maybe it looked like his knee was down there. That was clean. Great job.
Sorry, Dalen Carnell punched it out.
Yeah, Carnell got his hand in there. Johnny Walker got the fumble. And see, he's doing everything right there. He's starting to cover it with 2 hands. That's just one. It never comes from the guys you see in front of you. It always comes from the side anytime those balls get punched out.
The ruling on the field was a fumble. They took a quick look at it, and it indeed belongs to Missouri. And a short field for Drew Pine. Comes from a football family, the first ever to have 3 generations go to the NFL. And Pine grew up a huge Notre Dame fan. He loved Rudy even as a 3-year-old. Brady Quinn was his favorite quarterback. And the guy who recruited him was Tommy Rees. Here's a swing out to Burden. And Burden stays on his feet, reverses field, looking for a block. And Burden steps out of bounds after a gain of 4. So Tommy Rees was the first quarterback that Pine saw play at Notre Dame, as a matter of fact, in a game against Michigan. And Cole, he's still keeping tabs on Pine.
Hey, he told me that he keeps watching this game, said he hasn't been indicative of what he thinks he can be last few times out. Main thing Tommy Rees told me when I talked to him this week, get him going early, a guy that needs a comfortable start quick.
And that's about being in a rhythm and building confidence, you think, Jay?
Yeah, getting the ball out of your hands, seeing completions early so you can get into the rhythm of the game.
That's 2nd and 7. Huge gap off the left side. And Nathan Noel, at state transfer, brought down by Kobe McKenzie, just shy of the first down.
Boy, and the more of those outside zone plays, that stretch play, we saw one earlier in the game, that one right there is really tough as a defense to keep your gaps as these offensive linemen are going lateral, and that sets up a lot of those boots and the play actions that they're really going to want to get Drew Pine going on.
One of the reasons Missouri had the best rusher in the country last year running that stretch play. They've had a hard time replicating that production. Pine hands it off, and Marcus Carroll ends up picking up the first down, I believe. Needed to get to the 40, and he did. Cole, what's so hard to defend about the stretch play?
It can hit anywhere. Specifically with Nate Noel is in. One of the things Eli Drinkwitz told us is that he has a great knack of making the defense believe it's always going to go all the way outside. So all that flow goes all the way outside the numbers, all the way to the sideline. But Tom, that thing can hit all the way backside of the backside tackle. So it could almost end up being like a reverse play. It can hit every one of those gaps across the offensive line.
Jamal Roberts now in as running back, and here's Burden on the swing. Talking with Eli Drinkwitz, nothing doing on this one. He said, we've got to get Eli Drinkwitz involved as the ball popped right out to Norfleet. We'll see, he was down behind the line of scrimmage.
As the runner is down by 1. 2nd down.
So they're going to try to be creative with how they use Luther Burden, find ways to maybe non-traditional to run the football, but the emphasis from both Kirby Moore, the offensive coordinator, and Drinkwitz was, we've got to use Luther Burden as a wide receiver.
Yeah, they got to get him involved early, and that screen right there was actually one that Kirby Moore got from his brother, Kellen Moore, from the Eagles. They ran it last week. He saw it on TV. He's like, hey, bro, what is that? I got to get Luther involved. So already seeing the adjustments to the game plan early.
Noel finds positive yardage. Missouri's run 8 plays. And OU has 3 tackles for loss. Well, you've been burning the phones. What else you learn about the Kirby Moore and the Moore family?
Well, it was interesting. Kirby Moore saying they needed to find new plays to help Drew Pine out. I talked to Brian Harsin today about Kirby Moore. He said, Cole, listen, if there's a guy that has resources to go to find new plays, Kirby Moore is that guy. His father, one of the most successful high school coaches in the history of high school football. He only won 234 of his 272 games he coached. He said when he was recruiting him, Kirby Moore, he went downstairs in their basement, playbooks, binders, whiteboards, everywhere. They had hundreds of games TiVo'd down in their basement, and Kellen and Kirby and their dad will be down there just grinding on football.
Well, Kirby still holds a national record with 95 receiving touchdowns as a prepster. Pine gets out of the pocket just barely. Ethan Downs was chasing him. A 4th down coming up for Missouri. It'll be 4th and 9.
And this is going to be part of the play calling and the struggles here. Drew Pine checks in just under 5'11", 5'10", and some change. And seeing over the offensive line downfield, especially down the middle of the field, not something he's super comfortable with. That time there, it being 3rd down, tried to attack the middle of the field, tried to get some high-low combinations. Nothing there. Just want to try to stay out of the 3rd and longs as much as possible. Really limits what they're able to do with Pine.
Punt formation for Missouri and Luke Bauer. Peyton Bowen stands at his 8. It's well over his head. And halfway into the end zone. No score early on in a series that dates to 1902 on a perfect night in Columbia, Missouri. Sooners and Tigers. Hey, Tiger Barbershop.
SEC Saturday Night is presented by T-Mobile 5G Home Internet. Get internet how you want it.
97th all-time meeting between these two programs, and the first since 2011. They played every year from 1919 to 1996. And Oklahoma's won 20 out of 22. Sam Bradford and company. A couple of Big 12 championships, including touchdown pass to Joe John Finley in one of those. Oklahoma has dominated this series. Went 30 the last 34. Ever since Don Farrell taught the split T to Bud Wilkinson, it was over. Tatum, the running back. Dances through a hole and gets upended after a gain of 4 on first down. Why is the tempo that Joe John Finley has implemented, why is that better for Jackson Arnold?
Because it simplifies things. The faster you go, the less options you're able to give each play. So everything is straightforward for the quarterback. You know, okay, I'm bang, bang, here to here, and go.
Shuffle pass, and there's a first down.
Also, Tom, specifically against a defense like this that's going to move 80–90% of the time, it calms the front down as well.
Missouri front had early success against Alabama 2 weeks ago. They drop 8 here, and Arnold finds an open pocket to Brandon Thompson.
Just really impressed with how quickly the ball is coming out of Jackson's hands. And talking to Brent Venables and Jackson Arnold, obviously Joe John Finley and his play calling and the sequencing of plays has really helped.
To the sideline, and that's Jalil Farouk, his second catch of the season.
But everyone we talked to credited Kevin Johns and his impact in the quarterback room. And if you think about it, Seth Littrell had never coached quarterbacks. He was the offensive coordinator. Now he has Kevin Johns, a guy that's coaching every aspect of playing the position. And we're seeing it pay big dividends just in a few games already with Jackson Arnold.
On 3rd and 2, Arnold finds the left side and finds an Oklahoma first down. The other element that they now have at their disposal is more of the quarterback run game. When we met with Seth Littrell early in the season, there was a hesitation to use Arnold much in the run game. They didn't know what they had in Michael Hawkins behind him. They wanted to make sure he stayed healthy. Now it's, hey, listen, fellas, we got to find some wins if we want to go to a bowl. And you kind of throw all those concerns out the window.
Well, especially with the offensive line, right? Starting their 9th different rotation in just 10 games. Add an extra hat to the attack helps out as well in those Q runs.
Incomplete, trying to find Bauer Sharp. Funny moment pregame, a young man snuck into the Missouri student section wearing a Baker Mayfield jersey. Missouri Highway Patrol said, son, come over here, show us your ticket. Are you safe? Can we take care of you? Nah, we're not shaking your hand. You're an Oklahoma fan. Go back to your seat, fella.
Rivalry renewed indeed.
That was fantastic.
Public servant or not, this is football. You're wearing the wrong color tonight, bub.
Yeah, that highway patrolman was of age. He's seen the Sooners come in here and do damage time and again. I love it. Another 3rd down. Sooners 2 of 3 on 3rd down tonight. On 3rd and 6, pressure. Arnold gets rid of it, but incomplete. Farouk was absolutely draped by Drayton Norwood. And Oklahoma have to punt it away again.
And once again, Johnny Walker Jr. is just compressing the pocket, right? He's not winning freely, but he's compressing the pocket and forcing Jackson Arnold to escape, get outside, off platform, and tight coverage. That's a really tough throw to make. Great job early from this Missouri front 7, not letting Jackson Arnold get comfortable.
Our 5-star recruit, former Oklahoma commit, Luther Burden, stands inside the 10. They're going to fake it. Little pop pass. Goes for a first down. And Bauer Sharp rumbles to the 15 to the 10. A momentum swing from Boomer Sooner and a 43-yard gain on a fake punt.
Boy, watch 21 right here. He actually points that he has Bauer Sharp, and then he gets his eyes caught in the backfield watching the punter, lets him go right by him. And Sharp is such a playmaker once he gets an open field. A big play, a hurdle to end it. He's been their go-to guy with all the receivers injured and out.
And you just knew that one, if not both of these offenses were going to have to get creative,
no doubt,
to move the sticks tonight.
What a call by Brent Venables. It's been a little bit of a stalemate, little back and forth. Like you mentioned, sometimes plays like that bust it wide open.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
One thing that went wrong is the Sooners took their time getting the next play in.
Got too excited.
Yeah, that sideline erupted. It'll be first and goal from the 15. Here comes a corner blitz. Arnold sandwiched in the backfield. 5-yard penalty plus 4 on the sack from Johnny Walker and Zion Young.
Once again, forcing Jackson Arnold to move. It was Christian Williams at first right here that's going to cause Jackson Arnold to step up. And then after the blitz, the rest of the front is going to clean it up. Zion Young finishing him off there. I talked to Eli down on the field, and he mentioned, hey, they got a young running back in there. I want to force him to be in pass pro. I want to force Jackson Arnold to be uncomfortable, light him up, bring some pressure. And that's working so far for Missouri.
Zion Young is the injured Tiger. Will take a timeout with him on the field.
For a century, Oklahoma and Missouri was an annual throwdown. They even had a trophy, the Peace Pipe. Thanks to conference realignment, that ended in 2011. But also thanks to conference realignment, it's back. And so is the bad blood. Don't believe me? Ask the Sooners about their last trip to Como, when #1 OU was sent back to OK with an L.
That remains only win against #1 in Missouri history. Oklahoma was #1 in the BCS rankings. A Baker Mayfield fan in a sea of black and gold, looking more comfortable after that fake punt.
He also recruited a buddy. You saw an Oklahoma Sooner sweatshirt there. He's like, I need a bodyguard in this sea of black and gold.
This will be the 11th play of the drive. And the conversion on 4th and 7 on a fake punt. 2nd and goal from the 19. Plenty of time on the play clock. And we got whistles pre-snap. Missouri used the timeout.
Timeout, Missouri. It is their first. It will be 30 seconds.
Now keep in mind, when there's that much time on the play clock and you've already done a check with me, the coaches are in the headset of the quarterback until 15 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time to direct traffic pre-snap.
Yeah, I love the play design there. A lot of movement. So Joe John Finley really trying to get an idea. Okay, are we in man? Are we in zone? How can I attack this?
It's not just how do we attack, but also how do we protect?
Yes.
Jackson Arnold has been sacked himself 27 times this season. In the last 3 SEC games, they keep setting records the wrong way. 9 against South Carolina by 9 different Gamecocks, and then Ole Miss got to him 10 times. 2nd and goal. Pressure coming up the middle, and Arnold taken down. This is a bad matchup for OU's offensive line against an aggressive Missouri defense.
Yeah, Chuck Hicks is going to be right here. And as soon as the running back blocks, he's going to do what we call a hug rush or a green dog. His responsibility is the running back, but as soon as that running back's in protection, he's going to add to the rush. So it happens a little later.
Now 3rd and goal. Arnold trying to get out of the pocket, and he dives forward to the 22, maybe the 23. And that will bring an end to the first quarter. Neither offense has been able to get anything going, but the fake punt for Oklahoma originally set them up with a 1st and goal.
That is the end.
When we come back to start the 2nd quarter, Sooners will have a chance to put points on the board with a field goal if they so choose. Goose eggs through 1 quarter of play in Como. We flip sides of the field, and the Sooners lining up for an opportunity to put points on the board in a 40-yard attempt for Zach Schmidt. They went from 1st and goal to a 40-yard attempt. 2 sacks after they had first and goal and a penalty. Points are going to be hard to come by tonight for both sides, it seems. Not much of a breeze in the north end zone. Schmidt drills it. And Oklahoma finds the scoreboard after a 12-play, 58-yard drive. But Jackson Arnold seeing ghosts already.
Yeah, you're already starting to see how the pressure is affecting Jackson Arnold on this last play. I want you to watch his eyes. Watch as he's stepping up in the pocket. His eyes right here are going to drop. And he's got a really clean pocket right here. Clean pocket. He starts to run before he needs to. Now, if we flip to the all-22 view, watch Deion Burks right here. This is his first read and clean pocket. If he keeps his eyes up and isn't seeing ghosts here, Deion Burks comes wide open for what should be a touchdown. But when you start to get hit a little bit, you start to see some pressure. Your internal clock starts to really speed up. You start to drop your eyes, and you're not able to see those receivers come open for potential big plays.
You guys talked about the left tackle situation earlier in the game, Jordan. I felt like there was almost even some anticipation on Jackson Arnold's part to leave left, knowing that was going to be a problem over there before even your eyes came down on that last play that you showed.
Yeah. Redshirt freshman Logan Howland at left tackle. 58 yards on that drive, 43 on the fake. While we were away, Cole caught up with Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz.
Coach, I know you wanted the plan to be aggressive defensively. So far, I've been working out, been able to get to the quarterback and affect this offense in the backfield.
Yeah, big time stop right here by our defense to try to limit them to a field goal right here. We just got to clean up our offense, try to find some rhythm.
How do you build that?
Establish the line of scrimmage running the ball. We haven't, we had a couple of runs, but we got to be more effective. We can't be behind the chains.
Thanks, Coach.
MIZ.
That echoes what Kirby Moore told us yesterday. They went back and watched film of Drew Pine when he was at Notre Dame to find some stuff that he was comfortable with, and it starts with running it. Noel picks up 5. What have they added and subtracted from the playbook?
Yeah, I asked Kirby, it's like, how many plays did you flat out just add that you didn't have at all in your playbook? He said probably about 6 pass concepts or so. A lot of those were play action stuff that Drew Pine was more comfortable with, that he liked from his time at Notre Dame. And so they put in 6 brand new pass concepts today from that film study.
It was Marcus Carroll on that drive. Picked up 5. Jordan Harrison at tight end now. Drew Pine was a top recruit before he headed to South Bend. Was banged up at Arizona State and saw limited action last year. Came to Missouri out of the transfer portal. Stopped by Danny Stutzman and playing behind Brady Cook, who initially had a foot injury and then suffered a hand injury in the Alabama game. He actually banged it on helmets twice, once an Alabama player, then a Missouri player. Not only is he unavailable tonight, but you have to wonder when or if he could get back. Off the right side, and that's a first down run for Jamal Roberts. So running to the right side, Armand Membo is Missouri's right tackle. And Cole, I know you've been a big fan of his play since you started watching film on him last year.
Yeah, he's got a ton of power. Talked to Coach Roberts, strength coach, about him before the game. 600-pound squatter, 350-pound clean, 400-pound bencher. And he's actually put on about 12, 13 pounds this season. So playing a little bit heavier than he was a year ago, which when you look at him, don't think he needed to do that. But he still moves as well as he did a season ago.
From Lee's Summit North, just outside of Kansas City. Off the right side, behind Membu's side again. And that's just a couple of yards for Jamal Roberts. That's the same high school that produced Caden Green, who was originally an Oklahoma Sooner. And a very controversial decision, if you ask both fan bases, ended up transferring to Missouri in the offseason. He was a 4-star recruit and rated the #2 offensive tackle. And Caden Green's flip to Missouri is one of several kind of back and forth that these two programs have had on the recruiting trail. Pressure and delivered on time to the edge. It's Marquise Johnson, and Missouri's got 3rd and manageable here.
And those are the throws that Kirby Moore wants to get as many of as possible for Drew Pine. Right, I love how they disguise the tight split there with a motion the guy away. It leaves a lot of space there to the boundary. Nice easy throw for Drew Pine.
Bringing an extra tackle. Mitchell Walters on the right side. They ran it out of this formation last time. Fake toss straight ahead. Pine swallowed up. Maybe got a yard. Needed 2. 4th and short. Grayson Halton with the stop. Missouri's going to leave the offense on the field. They bring Norfleet, the tight end, back on the field. And in addition, get Luther Burden out there. Now watch Burden on the sweep. Marcus Carroll is the running back. Pine under center now. Trying to get Oklahoma to jump. And there's Burden on the sweep. Eludes the first. Took ahead and he stops short. Billy Bowman pops Burden out of bounds. What a stop for Oklahoma. Burden is still on the ground at the Oklahoma sideline. His offensive line will come over to try and collect him, but he may need a trainer. That was a hard hit by Billy Bowman on Luther Burden.
The ruling on the field is the runner was short of the line to gain. It'll be first down Oklahoma.
It's a turnover on downs. Burden, Missouri star players, being tended to by athletic trainers, and now he finally gets to his feet, helped up by Curtis Luper, the running back coach. And there is some steam on the sideline. Burden thought he had the first down, and then Billy Bowman said, "Not so fast." This is a big-time hit in a rivalry renewed. It was at the center of a heated recruiting battle between these two programs. Just a second consensus 5-star to ever sign with Missouri, and he's in the trainer's tent right now. Here's a swing to Jaleel Farouk. And Farouk gets wrestled out of bounds. A little extra maybe on the Missouri sideline now. Just to be clear, the hit on Burden was totally clean.
Yeah.
And everything that happened afterwards was as well. Emotions are running a little high.
No doubt.
But nothing unsportsmanlike.
No, sometimes you worry about running into one of the players standing there over on the sideline as well. Nothing there. So hopefully just a little banged up and he gets back out there.
Arnold's got the football, a first down, and plenty more. And after the turnover on downs, Oklahoma marches inside the 20 on his 20-yard quarterback run.
You got a contained player coming here that just sells out for the running back and leaves nobody for Jackson Arnold.
That was Sidney Williams, I believe. Arnold looking end zone. That was well covered. And he's got to scramble again. And we've certainly seen, to the point earlier, and the difference in approach with this Oklahoma team, more quarterback runs with Jackson Arnold recently.
Yeah, using his legs. I mean, we saw the graphic earlier about the 25 sacks in the last 3 games. Offensive line really struggling. So the more you can add a hat, which means now a running back as a blocker. So you have one extra blocker to add to the offensive line when the quarterback runs the football, really helps that group out up front.
J.J. Hester bottomed the formation for Oklahoma. He's a former Missouri wide receiver. Handoff. Bowers sharp, trying to hang a U-turn, and he goes down for a loss of 4. Credit Chuck Hicks. Nearest man to the play. Burden back with the offensive group. Oklahoma looking at a 3rd and long. For the Sooners, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Five-man rush to the slant. Whoa! Big hit Deion Burks in his first game back got taken down, and Oklahoma will bring out the field goal unit again.
Yeah, not much to do there, just a slot slant here. Actually, Arnold hitched a little bit, so that ball probably just a hair later than he wanted it to be. But Dylan Carnell saw that the whole way. Obviously, when it's third and long like that, those secondary players are playing deep and rallying to the ball there. It's a good job getting better field goal position.
Schmidt has made from 40, this from 35. And it's good. Oklahoma has converted, even though they have struggled when they got into the red zone. A pair of field goals for the unbreakable Zach Schmidt. 6th. Thanks. All-State playoff predictor shows the importance of that game tonight in the Bayou. Alabama wins, 69% chance to make it to the 12-team CFP. LSU, you see its odds improved to 48%. It's total chaos in college football.
Can you imagine if there wasn't a 12-team playoff this? I mean, the Big Ten has a bunch of one-loss undefeated teams. The SEC.
It would look like 2007.
Yeah.
When everybody lost at the end of the season. Not only West Virginia, but Chase Daniel and Missouri did to this Oklahoma program. That got LSU back in the college playoff picture. Brady Cook is a Missouri native, and you know it just kills him not to be on the field tonight. 34 consecutive starts, and out tonight with a hand injury.
You knew if there was any possible way that he was going to be able to step on the field and do anything, even at 50%, that he would be there. So that tells me the ankle injury, the hand injury, just a little too much. But he's the heart and soul, and you can see him still heavily involved there on the sideline trying to help Drew Pine out.
Drew Pine is 4 for 4 for 1 yard. They go with that sweep again to Burden. Last time he got lit up. This time lost his mouthpiece, but he took it for 10.
You know,
it's a Missouri first down.
Interesting talking to Kirby Moore as there's an Oklahoma player down. It's Washington.
Timeout for a defensive player injury.
As Woody Washington holding his right shoulder.
But Kirby Moore was saying, look, I have an entire section on my call sheet that is just design touches for Luther Burden. Then I have a separate sheet of paper that is all the plays where he's the first read and the second read. So he's got multiple columns and sections designed just to get number 3 Luther Burden involved. That's how important he is to this offense. You see their mouthpiece went flying as well.
You know, it was a big recruiting win for Eli Drinkwitz to get Luther Burden after he had been committed to Oklahoma. And I asked him about that in our meeting yesterday. What did that mean from a recruiting standpoint? And he said it lifted the entire program. It gave this program hope because we hadn't had that. Norfleet tried to hurdle, and he picks up a couple on that one. And that hope got the fan base excited. It really put Eli Drinkwitz on the map as a recruiter, hanging with the big dogs. And it got everybody fired up.
And already 4 touches tonight. You see there, Mel Kiper has him really high on his big board. A lot of NFL teams love the talent, but no touchdowns in the last 4 games. He was visibly frustrated 2 weeks ago at Alabama. Just 3 touches for 3 yards.
Yeah. Here's Noel back on the field, and Noel picks up a couple. That'll be 3rd and 5. Let's go back to Luther Burden being recruited out of East St. Louis High School and originally committed to Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma. And he said, respect my decision, ... business move.
And they're trying to stand on business tonight. That's a moniker that Eli Drinkwitz loves saying. Part of their identity and their culture last year. I think they probably got a new one this year, but
he said they came in to this season with a lot of momentum. They didn't take advantage of it. Already 2 losses. 4-man rush. Pine flush from the pocket. There's a flag likely holding, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Brett Norfleet, the talented tight end.
Oh, and a great job there by Grayson Halton.
Offense, number 74. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
Yeah, that Cameron Johnson
trying to wrangle in Grayson Halton.
I love Cameron Johnson. Said, hey, Rev, what did I do there?
Well,
talking with Daniel Gotro. What did he do?
Well, let me show you. Grayson Halton's trying to get to the quarterback, and you got your left hand on his chest plate. And honestly, that wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
But Halton did have a free run at the quarterback, and he impeded that a little bit. Halton's actually leading the FBS, the entire country, in D-tackle pressures. Another one there.
Same spot on the field where Oklahoma faked its punt. This one's muffed. It's a loose ball scramble. Peyton Bowen gave it up. And they'll have to peel him off, and it's a matter of who's got the strongest hands at the bottom of that pile.
Boy, and that ball did squirt out, and it was not under anybody's control until about 5 or 6 guys jumped on it. So it was a true fight for the ball, and Missouri thinks they got it.
Two offenses that can't move the football, and special teams will decide this game, at least momentum in the first half.
The ruling on the field is a muff punt recovered by the kicking team. First down, Missouri at the spot of recovery.
It's a really good job by Toriano Pride there, one of the first ones in front of the punt returner.
Marion Wayne, number 25, is the guy who came out of the pile with it. Remember, we were in Oklahoma a few weeks ago. Billy Bowman had some issues in the punt return department. Not a good sign to be rotating through numerous guys. Big play by Wayne. He gets a turnover roll on the Mizzou sideline. Play action. Pine fires. Caught. Mizzou first down. Theo Weiss, former Sooner. Gain of 19.
And I love the play design. Move the pocket a little bit. Caden Green, actually the former Oklahoma offensive lineman, with a great block to give Drew Pine some time, and a double move to Theo Weiss.
You think all these guys who have bounced back and forth still have gear from the previous school?
Yeah. I still got a drawer somewhere with gear from every team I was ever with. Some BC Lions stuff, some Bucks stuff, some Vandy stuff.
They go big up front. Walters back in as an extra tackle. It's the longest Missouri play of the night, 19 yards. Play clock at 1. Pine's got to use the timeout. Drinkwitz was thinking the same thing.
Timeout, Missouri.
Sooners with a fake punt to set up a field goal. Missouri pounces on the muff punt. Put them in scoring range. 5:02 to go in the first half. Tigers with a first and goal after this. Two programs that first met turn of the century, 1902. Nate Noel is in the backfield for Mizzou. Pine with a handoff, and he got drilled. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage. McCullough came up with a big lick that time.
That is how you set the edge against the outside zone. McCullough slips a blocker and finishes with his face mask all over Nate Noel. There's some thumping going on down there tonight.
Second and goal. Pine steps up, wants to run, tried to change direction. And Ford got him from behind. Another tackle for Danny Stutzman, who was just a tackle machine.
This is where it gets really tough for Missouri's offense, because this Oklahoma defense is so good against the run. They're fourth in the SEC, top 20 in all of college football. And down here in the red zone, when those passing windows constrict, trying to run the ball gets real tough. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to get Drew Pine out of the pocket here.
On third down, pocket holds. Pine moves, and he threw it to the weight room. So the Tigers will settle for a field goal.
Really good coverage. And honestly, that's a play that he's going to the sideline, and Eli saying, hey, good decision there. You know, when you're backup quarterback in third down the red zone, try to force something to happen. Sometimes you throw it back across your body. It can be an interception. You have a field goal, a short field goal. Just throw it away. Try to get 3 points on the board. Smart decision there from a veteran quarterback.
There's a short field after the muff punt. This will be a 25-yard attempt for Craig. And the chip shot is good. That ends a string of 5 straight quarters without scoring for Missouri. Second longest drought in the last 20 seasons. So 3:26 to go in the second quarter. I think a lot of Missouri fans kind of gave up on the idea of this being a college football playoff team after the loss to Bama. But look at this. 17 of the last 18 teams with 2 losses out of the SEC were included in the final college football playoff top 12. For that to happen for Missouri, they got to win out, which is a tough task given the limitations of this offense. But they would be right there.
Yeah, and honestly, they need some help from the teams that they have coming up as well. With South Carolina beat Vandy today, South Carolina is going to be a team that's ranked. That could be, you know, if Missouri gets by this one, they got a chance to have a ranked win against a South Carolina team on the road. A chance to build that resume a little bit as a 2-loss team.
I mean, first you got to get to 10 wins, right? And that's odds of that are like driving a Volkswagen into Devil's Icebox. That is a tight fit. We're going to go spelunking tomorrow if you move your flight back.
I've been spelunking before. I'm a big spelunker.
I heard that about you.
There's some good caves around here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll go south of town. We'll find Devil's Icebox. Be nice and chilly.
Yeah. I wouldn't walk down a dark alley near you, so I'm not sure I'm going to follow you into a cave either.
2 enter, 1 lead. Kind of feels like what this game is tonight. It's a matter of survival. A couple of turnovers for the Sooners. Missouri has only turned those 2 into 3. Jackson Arnold, 5 of 9 tonight. He's thrown for 28 yards. His punter has thrown for 43.
And been a while since Arnold's been on the field, and last time we were talking about it, saying maybe he's seeing ghosts a little bit, right? The pressure maybe getting to him. Sometimes sitting on the sideline and letting those emotions calm down a little bit are good.
I want you to explain that term. Broadcasters, we throw that around a lot, seeing ghosts. What does that mean for a quarterback?
It's when color flashes from the defensive line that you really shouldn't see, and maybe that's not as imminent as it seems. So you're seeing guys that you feel like are going to get pressure on you when you really have a clean pocket.
Arnold stands tall and delivers to the edge and Tatum.
And that happens when your eyes drop. You'll hear guys say that a lot too. If you're looking at the rush at the defensive front, you can't play the quarterback position. But the more you get hit, the more those eyes drift, the more that color flashes, you can start to look at it. And that's what I tried to illustrate the last time Oklahoma had the ball. And here on 3rd down, Jackson Arnold's going to need to trust his protection and see if he can't find one of his guys downfield.
Tigers had the wrong personnel on the field. Run one in, 3rd and 5. Comes an extra man. Arnold to the slant. Incomplete. Daly Cardell with the coverage on Deion Burks that time.
I love the play design. They get into a little bit of a bunch. Trying to get a little rub release on a slant. The coverage was just great by Carnell. Ball was in a good spot.
But, you know, we saw this with Ole Miss last week. They go to the double slants. The safety's able to come up a little bit. What impact does the lack of a good offensive line have on the plays that you can run, having time to run them?
No doubt. I mean, it's 3rd and medium, and you're trying to get the ball out super quick because you're not sure you can hold up for 2 seconds to just attack the intermediate part of the field, let alone take a shot downfield.
Look, creative on the punt formation, and Burton goes down like a sniper got him. 44-yard punt. And there's a fisticuffs back on the right side, 30, and a flag down. We got multiple flags down.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 18. A 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. 1st down.
And Gotra, our white hat, so that'll back Missouri up. First penalty of the game against Eli Drinkwitz's Tigers.
This is going to be a good opportunity to see just how much Kirby Moore trusts Drew Pine in a 2-minute situation. Obviously, we're going to get the 2-minute timeout here after this initial play.
And Missouri can only stop the clock once more. Yep. Oklahoma has 3 timeouts remaining. If you're the Sooners, you're thinking we can get this ball back quickly.
Oh, yeah. Get the ball back before half. See if you can't try to extend this lead, but this is where the bye week really helps for a quarterback that doesn't have a ton of experience, game experience in this offense. You'll see it here in a 2-minute drill, just what they're able to put together.
A movement on the left side of the Mizzou line. Marcus Bryant.
False start. Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, we kind of talked about Drew Pine, his height, and I've mentioned seeing over the line at times. Marcus Bryant's 6'7".
Yeah.
Don't want to look left when you're 5'10".
And Cade Green's 6'5".
Yeah, they're big on the left side of the offensive line. That's why we've kind of seen Kirby Moore try to get Drew Pine outside the pocket, move the pocket a little bit, try to create those passing lanes for him.
From their own 10. Noel. Bust through. Danny Stutzman, another title. That's his 7th, and he's just 2 away from Oklahoma's top 10 in all-time tackles. A hard-hitting Saturday night in Como. Missouri and Oklahoma back in the same neighborhood for the first time since 2011.
Word for a fake punt? It would be worse. Guys?
Could always get worse. Marcus Carroll is in at running back. Carroll trying to find a gap, leans forward. And Sooners going to use a quick timeout. Stop the clock at 1:51.
Timeout, Oklahoma. It's their first. It will be 30 seconds.
Brent Venables knows not just about this rivalry with his time at Oklahoma, but his playing days at Kansas State and his old Big 8 days. And the recruiting between both programs has really become incredibly intertwined. Remember Luther Burden, we showed you that, originally committed to Oklahoma. Caden Green and Theo Weiss came from Oklahoma to Missouri, and J.J. Hester went the other direction. And Jordan, I think if you know the history between these two programs, you'd be hard-pressed to say that Missouri and Oklahoma were in the same class when it came to recruiting. But after Lincoln Riley left and the transition to this staff and the struggles they've had this season occurring at the same time of what's been a bumpy transition into the SEC, and Eli Drinkwitz having all sorts of momentum recruiting-wise, and a Cotton Bowl win against Ohio State last year, it's been as level as perhaps it's ever been since pre-World War II. Roberts, the running back, on 3rd and 6. A burst, and he's got a first down. Missouri still has a timeout in its pocket.
I love this, right? Last time Oklahoma walked these guys up, they dropped them out. So great, use that against them and get them on the move. See these guys drop out? Now you got nobody really pushing those offensive linemen. They're able to get a lot of lateral movement, a lot of lateral push there, and a big first down pickup.
Missouri's longest play of the night is 19 yards. A long way to go with 1:47 remaining in the first half. A late pressure from the edge. Pine incomplete, just a hair behind Mekhi Miller. You called the Missouri-Alabama game. I thought there were numerous times where Drew Pine wasn't as off as it seemed because he just wasn't in sync with his wide receivers, whether that was effort or execution.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, right? I mean, I mentioned he played a lot of football in 2022, didn't play a lot of football in 2023, and last week, or 2 weeks ago, excuse me, against Bama, really his first playing time significant of the year. So you're going to have some of those just inconsistencies with where you're throwing, where you're looking, where receivers are.
Another nice hole for Jamal Roberts, freshman out of St. Mary's High School in St. Louis. Produced Yogi Berra, Joe Garagiola, and he will limp off the field and replaced by Marcus Carroll. 3rd and 2. Going back with Mitchell Walters as an extra offensive lineman. Clock ticking down. Tigers don't seem to be in any sort of rush.
No, they want to let this tick all the way down. So they don't pick this up. Sooners can use a timeout and try to get the ball back.
And Carroll picks up the first down. You wonder what is at Drew Pine's disposal if you try to speed this thing up.
Yeah, the passing game, as we mentioned, little limited in what they feel comfortable doing. But they are going to push the tempo a little bit here with 40 seconds left.
Sooners bleed the clock with their defensive substitution. Following Missouri's subs. Pine double clutches, delivers to Norfleet. Dropped it again. The second one off of his hands for the former baseball recruit. He was slated to play both here at Columbia before he suffered a shoulder injury.
Please reset the game clock to 31 seconds. 31.
Norfleet's a St. Louis native. Told us that he used to work out with Matt Adams, big first baseman, with a couple of stops on his resume with the Cardinals at that time. It was throwing mid-90s off the mound. It's a freshman in high school. 2nd and 10. Sidearm too strong. Norfleet the target again. Hey, Cole, it was interesting talking with Brett Norfleet about his tie-ins with Gronk.
Yeah, he said that's who he emulates. That's who he watches. Said he was always the guy that not only could get down the field, could kind of catch the ball, go over people, and make those tough catches, but also physically at the point of attack, somebody he likes to model his game after. That's the part of his game I appreciate the most. A lot of tight ends this day and age, Tom, you're happy if they just kind of get in front of somebody and fall down. Not that kid. He likes to finish. He likes to try to mow people down.
Another handoff, and this time Carroll gets lit up. It's another tackle for Danny Stutzman. And a timeout taken by Oklahoma.
Timeout.
22 seconds left in the half. Now word from Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Fun, memories, friendship. We're here for all of it. Here for the big moments and the small ones too. We're here for unforgettable triumph, momentary misfortune, and the impromptu throwdown. We're out here each day, chasing something great. Call it adventure, call it play, we call it fun. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
That was a 10th tackle of the night for Danny Stutzman in this first half. He's now 10th in school history in tackles. This past Kevin Murphy for 10th on the all-time list in Oklahoma history. Tigers to punt it away. Bowen handles this one. Got a seam. They had him by the cotton, and they finally bring him down at the 34-yard line. And a flag down over on the Oklahoma sideline.
That could be big right there. That might be a personal foul. Push that thing 15 yards forward. And now with one timeout, you can take a shot and try to get in field goal range if you're Oklahoma.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, kicking team number 22. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
Oklahoma received the opening kickoff, so Missouri's going to get this ball after half, and you see just the late hit there on the ground.
Please reset the game clock to 11 seconds.
Who did they flag?
I think it's going to be 22 coming in late there, yeah. Not sure he made a ton of contact, but going to the ground late after the ball carrier is already down. But again, now you're close to midfield. Now if you can get 15 yards here or so and you have a timeout so you can work the whole field, you got an opportunity to try to get 3 here before half.
Tyler Keltner has the longest field goal of the season for Oklahoma, a 50-yarder. Zach Schmidt has handled the kicking duties tonight. His long is 44. Arnold had plenty of time and finds the tight end Bowers Sharp. And they lose a yard on the play.
Yeah, a lot of room in the middle of the field. I was hoping they would try to attack the middle there with that timeout in their pocket. But had a couple out-breaking routes trying to use the sideline.
It's likely we have less than 200 yards of total offense in this first half. Oklahoma's accounted for 109 at this point, Missouri 88. Two quarterbacks have thrown for a total of 47 yards. They'll get more here on the slant to Deion Burks. And the clock went to triple zeros. And we'll see if that's indeed the end of the half.
Missouri's going to try to head in. This is one where you'd have loved to be able to tell Deion Burks as soon as you catch it, go down.
Set the clock to 1 second. Oklahoma will take their third timeout of the half. It'll be 30 seconds.
What a break for Oklahoma. They get 1 tick back on the clock, and they'll have a chance to line up for what will be a 56-yarder, 57, excuse me.
Yeah, Burks tried to break that tackle at the end there. You'd have loved for him to go down and not even make it in question whether it was time or not, but that second goes back on. And important one here, because like I said, Missouri will get the ball after half.
So 56-yard attempt for Zach Schmidt, who was made from 40 and 35 tonight.
Missouri, it is the third. It will be 30 seconds.
Missouri will try to ice Schmidt, whose season long is 44 yards, but also handles the kickoff duty.
It was a great job by Brent Venables to chase the ref down the sideline, really a full sprint there, and as soon as Deion Burks was on the ground, he was already signaling timeout. Eli Drinkwitz obviously doesn't agree with that.
No, and this is a long conversation. And by the way, the career long for Schmidt is just 46. That came against Iowa State last year.
Yeah, watch this as you see Deion Burks going down. Watch the top right of your screen. You're going to see Brent Venables following the ref, signaling timeout the whole way. Burks is going down top right of your screen here. Venables and the ref are going to enter the picture. Right there, you see Venables chasing him. He was calling timeout the whole way.
And
so
there was a second left when the first down was gained. The stop of the clock. Missouri will have a returner under the goalpost with his 56-yard attempt. Zach Schmidt from the right hash. And he absolutely drills another. Would have been good from 60. The offense for Oklahoma tonight has consisted exclusively of Zach Schmidt's right leg and the right arm of the punter. Luke Elzinga, fake punt, set him up for one, and then Schmidt banged through 2 other field goals.
Plenty of room there, but a perfectly executed 10-second drill essentially by this Oklahoma offense using that one timeout to get in range and extend their lead.
Come up the half, you can watch the live performance of Marching Mizzou on SEC Network Plus. Start streaming now on the ESPN app. Still a lot of conversation between the coaches and this officiating crew. Brent Venables looking for more explanation as the Oklahoma team heads back to the visitors' locker room here at Faurot Field. To get down the field, here's Cole.
Coach, help me understand your frustrations there at the end of the half.
Oh, just fighting for every patch of grass, man. There ain't nothing easy about tonight, so no frustration.
Nothing.
Great kick. How about the kick?
I was going to say, your offense had a lot going, but you had a couple big momentum plays. The fake punt, obviously a big field goal there. How do you find more of those in the second half?
Yeah, again, we just got to stick with the plan. And everything that's going on here is exactly like we thought it would go. And but we do got to get into a little bit of rhythm on offense, and you're playing a really good defense. That's going to happen. That's part of the game.
Thanks, Coach.
I appreciate it.
9-3 tonight through the first half. The only thing we're missing, corner kicks. Oklahoma leading Missouri by 6. Low scoring affair. Let's get to this. Schmidt handling the kickoff duties. Marquise Johnson back for Mizzou. And the Tiger offense ended a 5-quarter drought with that field goal, longest in 20 years, but they still haven't found a touchdown in quite some time, coming off of a shutout loss against Alabama. That's now 19 consecutive drives without a touchdown. That is tied with Southern Miss, the longest active streak in the FBS. Drew Pine was a top recruit coming out of high school in Connecticut. Started his college career at Notre Dame. They went into the transfer portal. He left there, ended up in Tempe, but injury-plagued season with the Sun Devils last year, limited time. And that was first start with an injured Brady Cook, and that one's dirted. Trying to find Nate Noel.
Yeah, trying to get Drew Pine out of the pocket. You mentioned Nate Noel. His health was a little bit of a toss-up coming into this game. Eli said he was going to give it a go, see how much he can go while he's in there. The reps have been limited, but got to find ways to get him involved. He's your most explosive player when the ball's in his hands.
Brady Cook is out with a hand injury tonight. Tigers win out. They have a chance to make some noise in this chaotic first year of a 12-team college football playoff. Need to find some offense to be in position to do that. Another opportunity for Noel. Cole, you chatted with Eli Drinkwitz at the half. What'd you learn?
That part of the game right there, he said important. Continuing to run the football. I asked if they could get some shots in. He said, I think so. Probably going to have to be off play action, Tom. So this aspect that we've seen Missouri kind of leaning on here early, going to be big in the second half if they want to try to push the ball down the field.
Well, that play action could take advantage of those aggressive Oklahoma linebackers.
Yeah, problem is it doesn't work in third and long.
No.
You got to run the football. You got to get it advantageous. Shorter third down and second down situations.
Tight end Norfleet in there. He's had a couple of drops tonight. Pine, and that one tipped out of his hand, I believe. Ended up on his backside. Kip Lewis in the Missouri backfield. It'll be another 3 and out for the Tigers.
Yeah, a little double linebacker blitz there from Oklahoma. Kip Lewis and Danny Stutzman attacking the A gap, and Pine had a receiver open to the boundary. Theo Weiss was there, but not enough time to get that one off clean.
Peyton Bowen has muffed one punt tonight. High but not far. In traffic, he got drilled, and that is kick-catch interference. And it also took an Oklahoma hop all the way out to the 46-yard line. And the Sooners end up with great field position, but Bowen is injured and has yet to get up.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team number 25. The 15-yard penalty will be added from the spot of the foul. First down.
Jamarian Wayne, who had the fumble return on the muff punt, a little too aggressive that time. Well, it's the hottest show in cable network television. It's Read and React every Monday night. Cole, let's Read and React.
We talked about Missouri maybe getting some shots down the field. How can Oklahoma find some shots down the field in the second half? Pressure's been an issue. Slide protection to the left. Trigger blitz by the linebacker once he sees the back staying in, who's occupied by another linebacker. So it's just a free runner at the quarterback. And now you're stunt where Missouri's able to get home. Penetrator Christian Williams comes in through first. Luke Mann has a free reign around. He also saw Zion Young on the end coming inside, forcing a lot of confusion for Jackson Arnold. That protection breakdown is going to have to be cleaned up for Oklahoma in the second half if they're going to find some plays down the field.
Sooners have a streak of 25 consecutive seasons with the bowl game, second longest in the country behind Georgia. Got to find some wins late. Here's Taylor Tatum. Maybe picked up a foot.
Yeah, we mentioned the offensive line, really revolving door that it's been for Oklahoma. Michael Tarquin was kind of a game time decision at left tackle. He didn't go, so Logan Howland fills in at left tackle. Spencer Brown on the right side, making just his second start here at Oklahoma. Did play quite a bit at Michigan State the last couple years, but a lot of new faces up front.
And a gap up the middle. Leave third and medium for Tatum again. Was on the field pregame with Eli Drinkwitz when Oklahoma took the field for warmups. And the first thing he saw was Michael Tarquin just shuffling his feet, unable to run. He knew what that meant. 3rd and 5. Arnold is 8 for 13 tonight, but only 43 yards passing. His punter, Elzinga, had 43 on one fake.
He's got man coverage down here at the bottom.
And they run it, needing 5. And they're just short. 4th and less than 1.
Yeah, you run the ball there if you already were planning on going for it on 4th.
Troy Everett, the center, had to limp to the ball as they go tempo here. And it turns into a check. Fourth and a short one for OU. Straight ahead and stoned It's a loss of 2 yards. Tristan Newson with the stop for Mizzou.
Yeah, Newson coming right across the face of Spencer Brown, the right tackle, just blowing this one up in the backfield. Taylor Tatum couldn't get going in a big stop by Missouri. They'll get the ball back here.
Well, we got a great quarterback in the building tonight, Tony Romo, whose wife Candace went to the journalism school here at the University of Missouri, is in the building tonight. He hasn't exactly seen great quarterback play. Luke Elzinga is the longest pass of the night, 43 yards, and the other 2 quarterbacks, Arnold and Pine, have yet to match that. Pine on the boot. Complete to Norfleet, juggled it going across the sideline. It's a Missouri first down. You had a chance to catch up with Tony pregame?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, just flew in. Obviously, he's got the Dallas game tomorrow. Be another one where there's quarterback issues as well with Dak Prescott.
Out for the year,
Out
right?
for the year now. Cooper Rush will be the guy going forward for Cowboys.
Maybe a yard for Marcus Carroll, 1.5 yards that time.
You know, it's not explosive plays for Missouri have really been an issue all year. Right? They're 116th in the country with only 15 pass plays of 15 or more yards coming into this game. So it's not just a Drew Pine issue. They've had trouble getting the ball downfield, creating those explosives, even when Brady Cook was healthy.
Last year they had 74 rushes of 10 yards or more. This season only 41. Carroll again, straight up the gut. So 3rd and medium. Oh, we get our picture taken. This is going on the gram.
The no teeth smile is that means you're like, okay, let's take it. Come on. All right, moving along. I've done that in the nose teeth smile a few times, you know.
Yeah, well, you've done it with me. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You never go caving with me.
That's Cole's go-to smile.
That's right.
All the time.
It's the only one.
Burden's been a non-factor tonight. He's in motion again. And a first down run for Jamal Roberts. Roberts had the game winner against Auburn as Missouri came from behind after Brady Cook went to and from the hospital in the middle of the game.
And as this run game starts to get going, that's where Kirby Moore, offensive coordinator for Missouri, can start to think about those play action shot plays, how to mix those in as Oklahoma adds to the box.
Out of the pistol now. Looking for Norfleet. Going deep. Back of the end zone. And incomplete. Luther Burden, the intended receiver. He was matched up with Billy Bowman, who sheathes his sword.
A little bit of pressure. It's going to be a double move here, or just a little stutter from Luther Burden on the safety. Those safeties, Billy Bowman playing so low because of that run game. But Drew Pine kind of had to step up in the pocket, navigate a little bit, so that ball came out later than he wanted it to. He'd like to get that up and early, so that ball's at the front of the end zone, not the back of the end zone, and give Luther Burden a chance.
Second and 10. And Marcus Carroll had transferred in from Georgia State. He had 80 yards in the Bama game a couple of weeks ago. Leads a team in touchdowns. It was a double-headed monster they were hoping to replace Cody Schrader. Led the SEC in rushing last season. Schrader, former walk-on, who was a Division II player before he got to Missouri. Turned into a star. Now the next level with the Rams. Freshman Roberts in the backfield now. 3rd down 6. Pine steps up, hit as he throws, delivers a dart to Burden. Burden goes backwards a few yards, but still picks up the Missouri first down.
Boy, the protection there was really good for Drew Pine. A great pocket for him to step up into. You see just Ethan Downs coming off late, but protection was great, and that is a dart. from Drew Pine, right on the money, right on the face mask of Luther Burden, right where you want it on a dig route. That's a play that gives you some confidence as a quarterback.
Looking for some momentum now. It's Carroll again. They had him by the ankle, brought down by Caden Woolard. Gain of nearly 3.
This is where Oklahoma maybe has to start committing, like I said, some extra guys to the box, but maybe get Stutzman and Kip Lewis up around the line of scrimmage.
Pressure up the middle. Pine finds Burden after he got absolutely walloped, and Burden spins to nearly the first down. Danny Stutzman ended up in Drew Pine's shorts.
And like I just said, bring those linebackers up and get them going. Just a little cross dogs blitz here. Kip Lewis is going to go first into the A gap. Danny Stutzman's going to wrap and follow him. Really tough for that center and left guard or right guard to come off in protection, and a big hit on Drew Pine. But he did a good job of getting it out of his hands there.
And props to Cameron Johnson for a decleater at the line of scrimmage too. Full slab.
Full slab.
Bud's barbecue shot. First and goal. Play clock at 4, 3, 2. Nothing doing on that run. Marcus Carroll bottled up. Now second and goal from the 10.
Boy, Carroll loses his footing there a little bit. If he doesn't, there's a nice little hole. He might have walked into the end zone.
Eleventh play of the drive from Mizzou. Full house backfield. An inverted bone. And ball's on the ground. Carroll coughed it up on the handoff. Pine ends up recovering.
Dominic Williams gets his big left paw in there and knocks it out. Watch big 52 here. Left hand, boom. Just knocks it out of Carroll's control, and a great job recovering. That was that Pine that recovered that one?
Yep.
Oh, that's big in the red zone. And it's savvy. I've said it before, veteran, right? Pine's played a lot of football. Sure. To know when you get in the red zone to peek, even though you're going to sell your fake, just peek back and make sure that ball is secured. He looked and was able to fall on that one.
Stops at Notre Dame, Arizona State. He was a starter as a freshman in high school, led his team to a state title. And 2 guys to go through that time, and sneaking through it in. It's Theo Weiss. First touchdown of the game. Injured player for Missouri after the 13-yard score. It's a center, Connor Tollison. Missouri a point after away from taking the lead. Tollison, fourth-year junior from down in Jackson, Missouri. Left the Bama game early. He's finally on his feet. The home crowd's something to get excited about. Blake Craig for the point after. First lead of the night for the Tigers, and it's true. A little misdirection on that pass.
Oh, it was a great little screen design from Kirby Moore. He's going to motion out Jamal Roberts, the running back, and watch what it does to these defenders. Motion this running back out. Now, all these guys are going to try to jump over the top, but Theo Weiss is the guy that's going to get the ball, and he's going to go right up inside those defenders that were trying to jump outside to the running back and split the defense right there. Great design from Kirby Moore.
And the former Sooner, Theo Weiss, scores the first touchdown of the night. Missouri. Yeah, mission accomplished for Lane Kiffin. He wanted to shore up that defense so he could compete with teams like Georgia after beat down last year. I would say investment has paid off. Couple of hops, and it's to bounds. It'll draw a flag. And that'll help the Oklahoma field position. Let's take a look at Fansville, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Zoo was fired up early here today. They're still thinking about that thicker kicker. That Tony Romo sign. Truman waving his tail.
A lot of great lettuce. You know, hair.
Oh, hair?
Yeah.
You weren't going with the chest sweater?
Not chest hair. No.
Okay.
A lot of shaved chest there with MIZ.
You
don't want to get the hair in the way of the paint, you know?
Is that right? 9% chance to get to 10 wins. You do that, then you have a 63% chance to make the college football playoff. So 63% of the time, it works every time.
That's what they say.
Jackson Arnold past the 40.
Boy, and Arnold took a big hit there from Marvin Burks. Coming up from that safety position. Zoo's leading tackler. He flies around, plays really well down at in the box at the first level.
Down the sideline, incomplete. Trying to find J.J. Hester. They're now coming up for Oklahoma. Tigers going to stop here. Not only they have the lead, but even more momentum. Sooners just 2 of 8 on third down tonight.
And the go-to in this situation has been the slot slants. I'd love to see him protect a little bit, give Jackson Arnold a little bit more time to try to hit the intermediate dig route. Something over the middle of the field here. Going to get man coverage.
9 different offensive line combo in 10 games for the banged-up Sooners. Safety's coming up again. Arnold, happy feet. Gets him out of trouble, but doesn't get to the line. He is short by a yard, maybe less.
Boy, just a mesh concept. And you mentioned it, you're going to get guys right here. You're going to see tight end Jake Roberts. That's probably where you want to go with the football, but just a little pressure coming off that right side.
Going for it on 4th and short. Robinson is the tailback. Robinson picks up the first down for Oklahoma.
Little split zone there. Really good block by Jake Roberts, who I just mentioned on that mesh route on the play before. You can tell, though, both these coaching staffs know that possessions are going to be at a premium here in a low-scoring game.
Missouri's got a player down. That's Eddie Kelly Jr., Georgia Tech transfer. What a win for Georgia Tech today. Took down Miami on the flats. First loss for the Canes.
You know, and they got the ball back. Miami did at the end there, and you were just thinking with 2 minutes left, man, Cam Ward, he's going to win it, right? Miami's done it so many times this year. Georgia Tech forces the fumble.
Could have been his Heisman moment.
Could have, yeah. He's played really well. You know who might have jumped back into that Heisman conversation today?
Who's that?
Jackson Dart.
Big game.
Put up some huge numbers. Now has a big win against Georgia.
And he did it on a bum wheel.
Yeah.
Without his best receiver.
Injured on the first play of the game.
And without a starting running back.
Nearly picked. It turns into a catch off the carom for Deion Burks. Dalen Carnell had 6 in front of him if he could have squeezed it.
Carnell read it the entire way. He's sitting there with vision on Jackson Arnold. And that one he's thinking about the touchdown before he's got it in his hands.
Arnold trying to go deep now. He'll get flush from the pocket and has to throw it away. Chased by Zion Young. Interesting conversation with Eli Drinkwitz yesterday. He said Zion Young spoke up. Michigan State transfer told his guys, we got to enjoy this. I've never won more than 6 games in my life. Let's just go out and ball and have fun. Third down 6 for Jackson Arnold and Oklahoma. 11 straight sellout in this building. Pressure. Arnold to the slant. Complete for an Oklahoma first down. Maybe right at the marker is Jacob Jordan.
The ruling on the field is it a catch down by rule. The receiver made the line to gain. First down.
Jordan has had a coming out party since that South Carolina game. Last 3 games, 15 catches coming into tonight for the product out of South Lake Carroll.
The ruling on the field is a catch. The runner is down by rule, and he made the line to gain. The previous play is under video review.
Yeah, the true freshman walk-on has played really well with Deion Burks out of the lineup. You see here a little contact. The ball gets into his chest a little bit because Carnell gets that hand in there. Really tough to tell if that ball hits the ground or not. Ooh, I think it did. Yeah, I think that ball skirts out. Oh, and again there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he lost it as he goes to the ground right here. Carnell does a great job of getting that hand, trying to split the hands of Jacob Jordan there. That's going to be a big stop for Missouri.
So if they wipe that one off, Oklahoma's going to go to 2-11 on 3rd downs tonight. Daniel Gotro.
After video review, it is an incomplete pass. The receiver did not make firm control as he went to the ground. It will be 4th down and 6.
That's kind of been the go-to for Oklahoma, just these slant routes on 3rd and medium, you know. But Missouri knows that, and they're closing on those routes really quickly.
All right, so then what's the counter? What's the beater once those safeties start to come up?
Well, right now they're getting in normal structure, like 2 by 2, everybody's spread out. You got to get more into stacks and bunches so you can get guys to create leverage, and you can release out or you can release in, and you create leverage opportunities on secondary defenders. Right now, they're just lining up in front of them and running a slant, and they're driving on the football and breaking it up.
So 4th and 6, and the Sooners make 1 punt tonight. Shy of midfield. They kick this one away. Daniel Blood to return. And he takes it at the 5. 44-yard punt. Long field in front of this Missouri offense, which has managed the only touchdown of this game. Let's go get a slice. Or better yet, an entire. You can slide SMU in there.
SMU will slide up. Yep.
Well, Missouri living on a prayer to try and get into that 12-team playoff.
And they still got a chance, right? I mean, Tennessee's going to play Georgia next week. Tennessee right now, Nico's hurt. He's out. Gaston Moore is in for Tennessee. They have a comfortable lead on Mississippi State. Texas and Texas A&M still play at the end of the year. There's still a lot of opportunity for chaos. And Missouri's got to check the box of winning every game from here on out.
Meanwhile, Bama's handing it to LSU, a 2-touchdown lead. Said Live Tiger didn't pay off. Mizzou gets it snap off and a run for a first down for Jamal Roberts. So they've drawn up a Missouri resume. None of this really matters unless Missouri wins out. Top 25 in the first CFP rankings. Good strength of schedule. That's better than 8 teams in the top 12, but missed their opportunities at 2 big wins. It was really a 4-game season for Missouri. A&M, Alabama, Oklahoma, and South Carolina. They whipped on A&M and Alabama. Those weren't even close. They got Oklahoma tonight and go down to the other Columbia next Saturday afternoon. We'll have that one from Williams-Brice. Pine just gets out of trouble. Another Houdiniac. And he throws it incomplete.
And back to that resume, that's part of the problem too, is losing in the manner that you did against A&M Alabama. Because in the first rankings, you've already seen that the committee is valuing like even close losses. That they're saying those are important, and I don't love that.
Sure. But I think the biggest thing they valued or overvalued was the simple number strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Which is why Indiana got penalized.
Totally.
Cole, what was your take Tuesday night?
Where was South Carolina?
Good point.
I mean, honestly, and some of the things when you go back and forth with, like you're talking about, strength of schedule, Tom, more than losses or how teams lost. If you look at maybe in Indiana where they were ranked and then looked at a couple other teams where they were ranked and you put those side by side, it was nonsensical as to how, and you're not going to be able to do it with every team, I get it, but I still think that eye test was playing a big part with a couple of teams for that committee.
The eye test going back to last year means more than wins, which is befuddling. Missouri's hit on 50% of its third downs. This is a 3rd and 7. Burden in the slot. Inside receiver to the right of Pine. He's well covered. Pine tried to step up. That hole closed quickly. And Kobe McKenzie in on that tackle now for Oklahoma.
It's a big stop by Oklahoma. You know, you talk about the playoffs and the eye test and the committee. You know, hear me out now. What if we had a computer that took all the emotion out of it?
That's crazy.
And just ranked teams based on
took the logos out of it?
Ranked teams based on a number of metrics, and we could call it like the BCS.
Take the C out of that. Yeah. Bowen lets it hop and lets it roll all the way down.
Great punt.
And will trickle to the 20-yard line. Call it a 61-yard punt from Luke Bauer. There is a flag down the left side 36. They will sort it out. It will be the end of the quarter.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both of them against the receiving team. During the kick, illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 7. That penalty is declined. During the kick, holding. Receiving team number 20. That penalty will be 10 yards from the end of the kick. First down. That is the end of the third quarter.
So it takes us to the 4th and the 97th meeting between these two programs. It's only the 3rd game under the lights. Tigers have a 9% chance to get to 10 wins. Can't get there without a win tonight. And that gives them a 66% chance to make the 12-team playoff. So you're saying there's a chance. To the 4th we go on a 1-point game. Point lead against Oklahoma. Here's Cole and Eli Drinkwitz moments ago.
Halftime coach, play action. You wanted to take some of those shots. Looks like it's been there. Missed a few shots. Now, how do you build on those opportunities and try to put some points up in the 4th?
Yeah, right now it's going to be all about field position. Our defense has got it right here. We got to maintain it. Our body blows in the run game are landing. We're really close. We just got to have a great defensive possession right here.
Thanks, Coach.
MIZ.
It feels like a heavyweight fight, although, you know, it's scored like a heavyweight fight, 10-9 here in the 4th. Arnold has to turn back upfield, and he turns it into a 4-yard gain. Chris McClellan, the Florida transfer.
Yeah, trying to get Jaleel Farouk involved there. Slipping him under the line of scrimmage, trying to get an easy throw to the flat. Good coverage, though. Just haven't been able to get Burks and Farouk as involved if you would like, with them healthy and back in the lineup.
And he finds his tight end, Bauer Sharp.
It's a great example there, Tom. Earlier you asked about going to tempo. A couple Missouri defensive linemen not really set. A couple linebackers looking around, trying to get some signals to different players.
3rd and 3. Sooners have labored on 3rd down tonight. The building coming alive. Play clock at 4, 3, 2, and a timeout taken by Oklahoma.
Timeout. Oklahoma. It is their first.
1-point game in the 4th quarter of the 97th meeting. Quarterback numbers on the night. We're in the 4th quarter.
Not great. But I will say, no turnovers. Jackson did have the one fumble. They're going to have to find a way to push the ball downfield. We really haven't seen Jackson Arnold throw the ball downfield at all tonight. Look how close this Missouri team is playing towards the box. Just one guy beyond 5 yards or 7 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Arnold goes to the crossing route and completes it. The ball came out. Scooped up by Mizzou. The helicopter shot from Robinson. But the Tigers, with their third takeaway of the night, Deion Burks had it removed from him. And Travis Johnson found it.
And Dalen Carnell once again in tight coverage on Deion Burks. That's been his assignment all night. A great job here punching the ball out with the right hand.
Now watch this hit on Johnson. Man, he got T-boned.
That is such a heads-up, great play by the redshirt junior Dalen Carnell, excuse me. Remember, he dropped the maybe would-be pick six and then broke up a pass play earlier. He's been all over the field.
Missouri is tied with Southern Miss for the fewest takeaways in conference play with one. And they have 3 of them tonight. The takeaway road on the Tigers sideline. Pine had it the whole time. That was an odd-looking play. Jaden Jackson with the stop.
And they were trying to throw another little screen to Luther Burden, and Ethan Downs sniffed it out once again. Second time Ethan Downs been in a great position for one of those screens. You know, we heard Eli Drinkwitz talking to Cole down the field about these body blows, these runs. Nothing is really spit for 10 or 20 yards, but 3 yards here, 5 yards here. That's been really setting up the boot in the play action game for Drew Pine. See if they can get back to the ground here and put themselves in a better third down situation.
They wanted to stay at a 2nd and longs, but they got one here. Slipping a tackle is Jamal Roberts. Danny Stutzman, another stop. He's in double-digit stops tonight.
And boy, these linebackers, I said it to start the game, really the strength of the defense. And Kip Lewis and Danny Stutzman, they played a heck of a game so far tonight.
He's got 14 tackles tonight. He had 17 last year against SMU.
I think the most ridiculous stat you threw out tonight is that he just creeped into the Oklahoma top 10 all time.
Yeah.
It gives you an idea of what kind of other players that university's had over time.
That's a great point. All right, last couple times they've gotten in this walk-up look. They've dropped these linebackers out. They do it again.
Pressure picked up. Pine sidesteps it. Now a run for it. And he leans forward and is spotted for the first down before Stutzman can take him down.
Boy, I mentioned when they walk these linebackers up, they're trying to get these linemen to squeeze down, and then they're bringing pressure off the side. Watch the block here by Roberts to just get a piece of Woody Washington blitzing off the side and give Drew Pine that lane to step up, escape, and pick up the first down. Heck of a job from a guy that Kirby Moore mentioned. Pass pro's not really his game. We pull him in and out a lot just because that's not really his strong suit. A great job there of spying the backside corner blitzing.
Couple yards on that run. Stutzman at the bottom of the pile. Cole, you mentioned this a moment ago about the great tacklers they've had in Oklahoma history. Darrell Hunt was a linebacker in the mid and late 70s. He had 530 tackles in his Oklahoma career.
His best friend was also running the stat book.
Offensive player.
Perhaps. I mean, that is
I'm kidding.
an outrageous number. Jackie Sharp, Travis Lewis, George Cumpy, and then the great Rocky Kalmus there, number 5 all-time in Oklahoma history.
And Caden Green down on the field there. Obviously an important game for him. He's a starter at Oklahoma last year before transferring over to Missouri. One of a number of guys, as we've mentioned, crossing over. There he is.
Rolled up and then folded over.
That's why you wear those knee braces. You never know.
Cole still wears his, by the way. Wears it to the grocery store.
I got braces on everywhere. Except my teeth.
How is the back holding up down there?
It's not great, but you know what? We're making it happen.
Two tight ends to the right side, Norfleet and Harris. Here's Jordan Harris in motion. Pine stands tall, incomplete, trying to find Theo Weiss. That leaves 3rd and 9.
Yeah, one of those throws over the middle that's really tough for Drew Pine. As a shorter quarterback, tough to see the lanes, looking over offensive linemen. That's why we've seen so much tonight on the perimeter. Just watch all that noise right in front of him. He tries to take his release even higher to get over the top of those guys, just not able to get it through to Weiss.
Well, they said they wanted to make sure his eyes stayed up looking downfield. On 3rd down, QB draw, lot of room. Pine spins before the hit, and he picks up a Missouri 1st down. Robert Spears Jennings a stop, and what a run and effort from Drew Pine.
Yeah, and it's exaggerated by the stunt up front. Watch these two guys for Oklahoma going to be stunting this way. Watch the hole it opens up, excuse me, the nose guard there, and Kip Lewis both stunting to the outside, opens a floodgate there.
Ethan Downs couldn't get back inside fast enough.
Yep. Great play call against the perfect stunt by Oklahoma.
10-yard run is the longest rush of the night for Missouri. Back to the ground game. And Jamal Roberts. No gain.
You know, it's interesting, Tom, going back to that Drew Pine run. Coach Drinkwitz told us with him in the game, quarterback run essentially gone for this offense. They're just not going to utilize it. And when I talked to Tommy Rees, his Notre Dame offensive coordinator, it's one of the things he brought up. He said, I feel like he's sneaky athletic. Not necessarily great straight line speed, but he was able to get out of a jam. He was able to move around to keep plays alive. Better than people thought.
They can tell Kirby Moore is really reaching into his bag tonight, trying to find something with his inefficient passing game. Roberts sets up 3rd and goal from the 5. What do you like here?
I like Luther Burden. I think that Kirby Moore is going to try to move him around. Maybe start him on one side, run him to the other before the snap. Get an idea of what coverage it is, whether it's man or some kind of match zone or bracket.
If you like Luther Burden, I might think of Burden as a decoy with that jet sweep.
Great point. Get him going one way, maybe leak a tight end back the other way. He's going to be at the top of the screen by himself, one-on-one, got a lot of space, two-way go, and here he is on the move.
Going back to the outside, Pine looking for him. He's covered. Pine to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Missouri. It's Brett Norfleet. A 4th quarter offensive explosion. What a gritty and gutsy effort from Drew Pine tonight. A 9-play, 30-yard drive that took 5 minutes to cover 30. Blake Craig for the point after. Flags pre.
False start. False start, offense number 33. 5-yard penalty, retry.
Boy, Tom, you were kind of right there. They did use Luther Burden as a decoy.
I'm sorry, was what?
You were right.
Excuse me?
It rarely happens, but you were right. Got everybody flowing to the right. The offense is right. Tight end sneaks back to the left. Great little play design by you, Tom Hart.
Thank you. So Craig makes this one a little bit longer. But still a chip shot for the point after. Oh! Hooked it. And the window is open for Oklahoma with 8:47 to go. First miss on a point after this season for Blake Craig. But Pine finds Norfleet. And Drew Pine has led Missouri to a touchdown lead at home in the 97th meeting between these two proud matchups, these two proud programs. And it must feel great to be Drew Pine right about now.
SEC Saturday Night is presented by T-Mobile 5G Home Internet. Get internet how you want it.
Drew Pine with some redemption in the fourth quarter tonight. After all that he's been through and the struggles that he's had, this must feel great. They're partying on the rocks tonight. Touchback. But that shank point after means it's a 7-point difference. Talk about chunk plays. How can Oklahoma draw some up?
Well, there's still plenty of time, right? 8:47 left here in the fourth quarter. Still got 2 of your timeouts. It's a 1-touchdown game. You still got to be able to run the football. All right, this offense, what they do best is the RPOs, the throws off of the run game when that extra guy adds to the box. So you got to threaten it with the run first for those slants and RPOs to open up.
Straight ahead. And there's an 11-yard run for Robinson.
And that's big for 2 reasons, right? For those RPOs that I mentioned, but anytime you get a big first down to start your drive, now the fast tempo can kick into gear.
Quick handoff, Robinson again. That's a pickup of 8.5 on first down.
Well, I might just call that a couple more times until they stop it. Exact same play there 2 times in a row.
Especially if Weewu is going to pour around and make contact like that.
Yeah.
That's their right guard. QB draw. Arnold's got a blocker sharp in front of him.
You know, it was interesting talking to Jackson Arnold about he feels he sees the field better. He felt like one of the biggest changes was Joe John Finley asking him, hey, what plays do you like on third down? And them actually getting called first. You know, a lot of times we'll give offensive coordinators what plays we like.
Why wouldn't you do that from the beginning?
I know. But it's just, you know, offensive coordinators sometimes overthink things. They put together this huge game plan and you forget that sometimes the best plays are just the 2 or 3 that your quarterback feels best about.
Yeah.
And those are getting called now.
Here's Bauer Sharp, the tight end, taken down in the backfield. And some green in front of him, good of escape. But Tristan Newsom with the start.
But Missouri's done a really good job of corralling Bauer Sharp. Obviously, his yards, 40-something yards, really a lot of it came on that fake punt. They've really kept him in check in this pass game on the opposite side of the ball.
4 catches for 43 yards, 43 on 1 play. Everything else he's been neutralized.
Yep.
The other 3. Longest play of the night for either team was that fake punt. On 2nd and 12, back to the ground attack. To midfield, it's Xavier Robinson. And that'll bring up 3rd and about 6.
Same play. 3 times that play has hit really well. Now 3rd and 6. This is where Oklahoma has not been good. They're 123rd in the entire country on 3rd and medium here. Haven't been good tonight. Got to find a way to give Jackson Arnold some time.
Swing pass. Robinson picks up the first down.
Love it. Just getting Robinson, the true freshman, out in open space.
And mentioned at the beginning that Javante Barnes, who had a 200-yard, 3-touchdown game against Maine last week, is out with injury tonight. We haven't seen Gavin Sawchuk in the last handful of games. He was a game-time decision, but he has not been on the field tonight. And so Robinson, Tatum, and Franklin have been in the running back rotation, and it's been Robinson here on this fourth quarter series.
He came into this season, or into this game, with only 29 yards on 6 carries in the whole season. Had a couple really nice runs on this drive.
Richard Williams a stop, and 3rd and short now. Obviously 4-down territory. Missouri's got an injured player, so they have time to think about it.
Timeout for a defensive player injury.
It's Tristan Newsom. Do you take a shot here if you're Oklahoma? Go for it on 4th, or you just take the first down?
I think you just try to get a first down. Keep this drive going. It's a 1-score game, 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Want to try to keep the chains moving and give yourself a chance to tie this up here late.
Sellout crowd in Como, and it's coming down to the wire. Sooners looking at a 3rd and 1 here in the fourth quarter. Plenty on the line for both of these programs. Sooners have Bama and LSU after tonight. They got to win one of these to continue their bowl streak. They have less than a 30% chance to win at home against Bama or on the road against LSU. Third and a short one. First down run, Xavier Robinson.
Well, that's a great cut, great vision by Robinson. It seems like his fourth or fifth really good run on this drive. It was plugged up between the tackles, but good vision to jump cut, get outside, and a block by Bauer Sharp.
And he's really been doing a great job in the blocking game last couple games.
Here comes the 10th play of the drive for Oklahoma. Arnold steps up, spun around, a gain of maybe 2. Marvin Burks, first man there. What a treat to sit down with Marvin Burks yesterday, Cole.
He's not the one you want to meet in the hole and stay upright. I'm going to say go ahead and get down on that one. He is so fun to watch play football, Tom. You talk about putting your body on the line, physicality from the third level. And that's it. He's a lot bigger than I thought he was. When he came in and sat down with us, I was like, man, he does not look that big on film.
Oklahoma recruited him out of Cardinal Ritter in St. Louis. Straight ahead run and a crunching blow delivered by Robinson on Corey Flagg before the stop.
But you're seeing a lot of man coverage on the outside, a lot of press man coverage.
What does that mean?
Because it's where that DB's right up in the face of the receiver, disrupting the timing. I'd love to see a stack or a bunch receivers together so they can force those corners to get off them a little bit, give them some space at the line of scrimmage to work here on third medium.
12th play of the drive. Remember, a shanked extra point allowed Oklahoma to be in shouting distance. Throwback. Arnold's got the catch. He's got the angle. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Taylor Tatum throws the pass. Jackson Arnold does the rest. Go figure, the two prettiest passes tonight have come from the punter and the running back.
Just a great play design. Rolling the dice. We talked to Kirby Moore. He said, I'm going to have a few of these reverses, throwbacks. He said throwbacks in our meeting. He knew this Missouri defense was going to be a tall task, and he dialed that one up at the perfect time.
Extra point for the tie with 3:18 remaining. We are deadlocked at 16. I asked Eli Drinkwitz yesterday, is this a race to 16? He laughed, he smirked, he said, no, 17.
Well, it's obviously getting everybody to run with Taylor Tatum, and Jackson Arnold does a great job of selling it. So they're going to give it to Tatum here, get everybody to flow. But I want you to watch this block by Logan Howland. Watch him release and get a piece of Johnny Walker Jr. right here, who would have made this tackle. They call that the rat kill. Right, so he's just going to get out, release, and look for the rat that's sniffing it out backside. And he got just enough of them to give Jackson Arnold the green grass. Watch 71 right here. Just gets his shoulder.
Also, an amazing job by Tatum not looking back early on that play. He stayed facing the original line of sight with that play. Stayed play side, sold it, invited that defender, and then last minute turned it through that football.
And honestly, throwing that on the upfield shoulder kind of led Jackson away from Johnny Walker Jr. that was trailing him in upfield.
So a check of the iPad, and that one was perfectly drawn up.
And remember that shanked extra point is the reason it's not 17-16, or the reason that Oklahoma didn't have to go for 2 there to try to tie it up.
12-play, 75-yard drive.
And here's what Cole's talking about. Taylor Tatum does a great job of selling this. See how he's looking front side, He doesn't turn his head till he's almost throwing the football. And that's hard. As a running back or a wide receiver on a throwback, you want to look because you're not used to throwing the ball with defense out there. So to sell that like that,
Tatum not only was a consensus #1 running back in the 24 class at a Longview High School in Texas, also a standout baseball player. Pine didn't hit pay dirt first 72 tries. If this were NBA Jams, he'd be in flames right now. Handoff to Nate Noel. And a gain of 5 on first down. I think this game deserves overtime.
You think?
Why not extend it?
I'm going to be a little late to Shakespeare's Pizza then.
Murray's is going to stay open late for us.
Okay, perfect.
Then we'll hit my house and we'll just keep the party going until
right.
your
Let's go overtime
flight. On 2nd and 5. First down run to the left side, Nate Noel. What do you like about Noel's run game?
Patience. I mean, this cut is big time. Watch, he's just straight downhill and then very last second, boom. The thing that I love about him most, though, is he gets back to full speed almost immediately. So he can stretch it outside on the outside zone play, then get north-south, where he can take a run like that, show a little bit of patience to the line of scrimmage, and then get back to full speed immediately.
Burden in motion. Again, as a decoy, ball came out. It's scooped up by Oklahoma. Billy Bowman's going to take it to the house, and the Sooners bounce back in front. This game is off the rails.
I think it was Sammy Omosigo that gets a hand in here as he's going to make the tackle. Almost a little bit of an uppercut. Watch 24 come in here. That right hand. No, maybe it was a knee. Boy, not even sure how that ball squirts out, but it goes right into the hands of the All-American for the easiest touchdown he's ever had.
.42-yard scoop and score.
I honestly think Omosigo might have been his left knee that kind of hits the ball there.
Whatever works.
You said it was a heavyweight fight. This might be an MMA fight.
Could be.
Boxing gloves are off. Knees and kicks are on the table.
Well, we have bloody knuckles because this thing was 9-3 at the half.
The 2-minute timeout.
Clock stops with 2 minutes to play. Sooners are feeling it. The 97th meeting between these two. They're trying to restate their dominance in the history of this great traditional game. Missouri and Oklahoma coming down in a one-score game to the final 2 minutes. Billy Bowman Jr. is a playmaker. He's got 3 pick sixes and now a scoop and score for his 4th defensive touchdown over the last 2 seasons. That matches Mello Dotson of Kansas for the most in that span. This game is boomerang back and forth. Before the night's over, it's going to stumble into the black and gold parking lot. Drew Pine trailing by 7 now. 14 points in the last minute 18 for Oklahoma. And we see what Pine has in him. 2 to play.
Yeah, got to have a sense of urgency, but you do have all 3 of your timeouts. So don't have to just work the sideline. 2 full minutes here. Theo Weiss has been pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah.
I want to see if they can get him involved. It's been a lot of Luther Burden. Run game's been good, but number 1, it's been their best receiver all year.
Burden only averaging 5 yards per catch to the slant. That's a first down catch and run. It's Theo Weiss to midfield.
And he's been getting a lot of man coverage. Does a great job here just on a slant route to the field. I love the formation because everybody was on the other side. It ensured that one-on-one backside to Theo Weiss, and a great ball from Drew Pine.
Longest play of the night for Missouri's offense. Pine on play action. Pressure behind him and incomplete behind Carroll.
Boy, here's going to be the one-on-one up top. Great job just sticking his foot in the ground, and just a really good ball by Drew Pine on the money.
Working on Jacoby Johnson.
See, they're in that same formation here. Everybody at the bottom of the screen. Theo Weiss at the top and one-on-one. He's got a safety shading him this time.
3-man rush and squirted out. It's caught off the hop, and it'll be a first down if it stands, and Missouri will rush to the football.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the offensive player. First down.
Tavares Jones, right place, right time. Pine was begging to get the snap off. They could take advantage of this.
The previous play is under video review.
Yeah, this is going to be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that was pretty clearly forward. But they were trying to work Theo Weiss once again at the top to the right side of Drew Pine, but he was triple covered that time. Danny Stutzman flew out of the hole from the line of scrimmage, tried to get underneath him, had a corner and a safety. So that time, Zach Alley, defensive coordinator for Oklahoma, said, okay, we're not going to let you isolate your best receiver another time. This is where Drew Pine has got to be really smart with his decision making. Don't make a bad play worse. Throwing the ball away is not the worst thing. They're just trying to make a play, but we saw him, I think, a play ago or 2 plays ago get outside the pocket. Don't force something that's not there.
Pine took the majority of the reps heading into the Bama game.
After video review, it's an incomplete forward pass. The ball be placed at the 47-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 42 seconds.
And then Missouri had the bye week after Alabama, so they've been able to restructure this playbook to be more to his liking.
Yeah, we mentioned Kirby Moore adding 6 new pass concepts from going back and watching Notre Dame film with Drew Pine. Guarantee a couple of those are high on the list in a 2-minute section of his call sheet right now as they go. The first time I think I've really seen them 5 wide. Now they're going to motion Jamal Roberts back into the backfield.
Burton is the inside receiver, and we got stoppage of play before the snap.
But what that does, using the running back like that, it's going to show Drew Pine the coverage. So just that little motion shows him it's zone coverage.
It is 3rd down, and please set the game clock to 1 minute, 41 seconds. Thank you.
All right, every second counts.
Every down counts. I lost track of it before here. Burton in motion. Pine pressured, steps up. On the run. And he gets rid of it just in time to avoid the sack. It is set up 4th and 10 for Missouri. Hassan McCullough was chasing him.
Yeah, and R. Mason Thomas applied the initial pressure off the edge.
Oh, we got a flag on the far
Prior
side.
to the pass. Holding. Defense number 5.
Wow.
2-yard penalty from the previous spot. The penalty results in a first down.
As Woody Washington got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, Missouri has a fresh set of downs at 3 timeouts, 1:33 to play.
Yeah, just that scramble drill. Theo Weiss was working back with the quarterback, and Woody Washington got caught right in front of him.
Roberts joins him in the backfield. Pine pressured again. He gets taken down. What a play by R. Mason Thomas. Clock rolling. Missouri will use a timeout. Woo! He was shot out of a cannon.
Timeout, Missouri. It's their first.
It
will
wasn't
be 30
just
seconds.
getting off, but it was also the reach to get him.
We saw R. Mason Thomas come up big towards the end of that Auburn game handful of weeks ago. So dynamic as a pass rusher.
Let's go back 2 plays to see the hold that resulted in the first down.
Yeah, Woody Washington on the scramble drill trying to pick up what receivers coming and drifting with the quarterback, just got in the way of Theo Weiss. And the speed, man, the speed of R. Mason Thomas is ridiculous. He's got such great bend around the corner.
That's what makes that so difficult to block. When a defender can get 6-8 inches off the ground like that, you have to lean forward to try to make contact. You can't move your feet, gain depth after you do that.
Well, Marcus Bryant's 6'7". That doesn't help either.
No. Second and long, 1:29 remaining. Sending the house up the middle. Pine goes down the sideline, incomplete. Theo Weiss was the intended receiver.
Boy, that's probably the 4th or 5th time tonight.
And now Pine limping around.
Yeah, that Zach Alley has brought that double A-gap cross dogs from the linebackers, really trying to get noise and guys in the face of the short quarterback, right?
Yep.
Trying to make it so we can't see things downfield.
Pine listed at 5'11". .124 and rolling. Pine chucks it deep down the sideline. Burden is there. He's got it for the first down. Out of bounds at the 10. Luther Burden wins the jump ball. It's a gain of 33.
This is just an unbelievable catch by Luther Burden.
.116 to play. Tigers run it. And stood up at the line of scrimmage is Marcus Carroll. It's a loss of a half yard.
And Missouri might want to use a timeout here. But back to the route. They put Luther Burden in the slot closest to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to run a wheel route. Great job navigating the traffic, and watch how he twists his body to keep his feet in bounds there. As opposed to swinging the gate and turning your hips and opening up, look at this. He keeps his feet there, leans to make sure he doesn't step out of bounds. That is just such a good job. Great body control down the sideline, and Woody Washington right there. Obviously, Washington had the big holding call just a couple plays ago. They got Missouri in plus territory.
And Jacoby Johnson lost his footing coming over the top that time. 1:09 to play. Missouri can only stop the clock one more time.
But what I was trying to explain, it's so easy for a receiver there just to drift and backpedal to catch that, as opposed to completely turning and using your hands while keeping your body in bounds. Such a great job by Luther Burden, one of the best wide receivers in the entire country. And now Danny Stutzman in this Oklahoma defense have to bow up here inside the 10 or at the 10-yard line, trying to close this game out. Missouri needs that touchdown.
Pine trying to get a look. Got Burden on the right hash. Pine looking for Burden. No, into the end zone. Jump ball. Caught. Touchdown, Theo Weiss. The former Sooner hauls it in for his second of the night.
Well, I mentioned at the start of this drive, getting Theo Weiss involved. Look at the catch and the toe tap. Theo Weiss is 6'2", and freshman Eli Bowen is 5'9". A great job taking advantage of the jump ball, and a heck of a ball by Drew Pine.
Remember, Blake Craig missed his last point after. That was 5 yards deeper after a penalty, but this to tie it up with 1:03 to play. This game is wobbling around the dance floor at Fieldhouse. It is an absolute mess, but a beautiful mess.
How about Drew Pine? Came in to relieve Brady Cook 2 weeks ago at Alabama for really his first significant play time, threw 3 interceptions, and now the biggest drive of his career here as Missouri's playoff hopes hang in the balance and trying to stay alive. First, it was a throw down the sideline to Luther Burden. Perfect spot, great catch and adjustment. And then taking advantage of the 5'9" true freshman quarterback and their #1 receiver, Theo Weiss, with another great ball. And the toe tap by Weiss, just incredible. You know, midway through the fourth quarter, we had no quarterback play. Now we got some exciting plays happening here.
Well, too long his passes for Oklahoma haven't been thrown by a running back and a punter. 21 points in the last 2:15. And if you hammered the under, I'm sorry. Billy Bowman back to return this one for Oklahoma. First matchup between these two since 2011. It was circled on the calendar. Once it was learned Oklahoma was coming to the SEC, and if you waded through the mess it was the first half, you've been rewarded. This has been a second half thriller.
When Oklahoma right before halftime was able, with just 10 seconds left, to get themselves in field goal range. A little bit more work to do here for Jackson Arnold, but 2 timeouts for Oklahoma, minute and 3 seconds. You got to find Deion Burks back in the lineup after missing a handful of games in the slot to Jackson's right.
As messy as this game has been, I'd be awfully concerned about a turnover in this situation. Robinson is the running back. To the slant and incomplete. There's multiple flags. Toriana Pride had too much of it. It was all over the back of Deion Burks.
Pass interference. Defense, number 5. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. The result of the penalty is a first down.
Yeah, just that slant route that they keep going to Deion Burks. It's been covered for most of the night. Does a great job working at the line of scrimmage. Coverage was right there, just all over the back of Deion Burks. That's the right call.
Remember, both defenses in the fourth quarter have gifted first downs. The teams are trying to defend off right tackle. Pickup of nearly 5 for Xavier Robinson, who has carried the load in the second half for OU.
Well, you're going to need to hurry now. 48, 47 seconds.
Johnny Walker had to be helped to his feet. Sooners have a pair of timeouts remaining. Missouri drops 8. Arnold hit. Ball's loose. And is scooped up by the Tigers. Zion Young with the scoop and score. Madness in Columbia. It just keeps going with 30 seconds left. They first met in 1902, and I don't know if they've ever played one quite like this.
Unbelievable. This was a pitcher's duel for most of the game.
Point after, hold your breath, good. 2 touchdowns in a half minute for Mizzou.
Boy, it was great coverage on the back end. There's really nowhere for Jackson Arnold to go with the ball. Zion Young and Johnny Walker Jr. with great pass rushes to cause Jackson to step up, and this is the second time ball security outside the pocket has been an issue for Jackson Arnold. He's just got to throw that out of bounds.
And what did I tell you?
Yeah, you did. That's maybe the second time ever you've been right, Tom.
Both in one night. Forced by Newsom, scooped by Young. The message from Zion Young to his teammates this week was, let's have some fun. We're still in great shape. At Michigan State, the most I ever won was 6 games. Let's go out and enjoy this. What a roller coaster ride this has been tonight.
Number 84.
Four takeaways from Missouri tonight. An Oklahoma team that has put a bow on it numerous times. They turned it over 3 times in their first 3 possessions against South Carolina. It'll be a fun car ride home. I still think we might have another twist before this thing is over.
So 30 seconds left, 2 timeouts for Oklahoma.
There's an injured Missouri player in the kickoff.
Timeout for an injured kicking team player.
And so a little bit more time to think about it for Oklahoma.
And really the most important play here is going to be the first one. You don't need to get 50 or 60 yards on this first play. You just want to get a guy in space with the ability to run. So whether that's Deion Burks, whether that's Jacob Jordan, one of your slot guys, get him in space in the middle of the field to try to pick up 8-10 yards or so to give yourself some momentum so you can get the tempo going and then take your shots.
Brady Holtman is the injured Tiger.
Also a name to keep in mind, J.J. Hester for Oklahoma had the big deep ball against Auburn late in the game in the fourth quarter. He's your 6'4" target. If you need a chunk play, if you need a shot play downfield, he's a big athletic target that I'd be looking at.
The coaching staff is just begging for Zion Young to run out on defense. I don't think there's any real secret why they don't want him out there on this play.
Well, that's the other thing. In order to hit some of these chunk plays I'm talking about, you got to protect. And this offensive line's had a tough time tonight and all season, really.
Their 9th different combination on the O-line in 10 games. Tigers rush only 3. Arnold on the crossing route finds Deion Burks, and he gets waylaid after gain of 5. There is no flag. And the athletic training staff quickly out. There's also an injured Missouri player.
Not so sure they shouldn't take a look at targeting there on that play. A huge hit on Deion Burks.
Pride gets to his feet.
It was Sidney Williams, the safety for Missouri, with the big hit on Deion Burks.
As soon as they had a chance, the entire platoon of Oklahoma athletic trainers raced onto the field to take care of Deion Burks.
And you hate to see that, right? Deion's been banged up, missed the last 5 games with injury. He's been fighting to get back in the lineup to help this team out, to try to get bowl eligible. And here late in the game, fighting to pick up extra yards, and took just a massive hit.
He's moving his extremities. The right arm coming up after quite some time.
A big hit. I mentioned maybe looking at it for targeting, but obviously when you're a ball carrier, you're not defenseless. He got hit there from the front. This is the tough part, right? You see all the teammates there taking a knee. You want to be trying to talk about what you're going to do on this 19 seconds to try to get something to happen, but you're more worried about your teammate Deion Burks there on the ground. So
Deion Burks is a Purdue transfer. He's long been an Oklahoma fan. He was a big Adrian Peterson fan growing up. They have sat him up. And now Burks to his feet with the assistance of this athletic training staff at Oklahoma. And he's having a hard time putting one foot steadily in front of the other. When play resumes,
There were
2nd and 5.
on the play by both teams. Therefore, we do not have a 10-second runoff. And the clock would start on my signal.
I want to go back to something. You mentioned that they should have looked at that for targeting. Do you think that was targeting after seeing the replay? And the reason I ask is because that would be 15 yards and an automatic first down and a player off the field for Missouri.
Yeah, I don't think there was crown of the helmet, so it would have to be a defenseless receiver, and that defender was coming from his front, so he's in the field of vision. So I don't think he's classified as defenseless for it to be, a shoulder or a forearm to the helmet that would cause targeting. So I think it was the right move, and they had plenty of time to look at it to trigger that if they needed to. And now you're sitting with 19 seconds left. You really want to get yourself in position for that Hail Mary. So you want to try to pick up 25, 20 yards here. Really only time for about 3 plays with 19 seconds left, or 4 with the timeout, or 2.
Tigers bring 3. Arnold lets it go deep down the sideline. It is batted away at the last second. Joseph Charleston knocked it away from Brennan Thompson.
It's a really good play by Charleston, because this is a perfectly thrown ball. A little underthrown, which is what you want for Brennan Thompson on the outside. He came back to try to make a play, and Charleston gets his right hands right between Thompson and the ball.
On 3rd down, Arnold delivers to his tight end for no gain, but out of bounds with 7 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, now you really just, you have to pick up the first down.
Please set the game clock to 8 seconds.
And you want, and if you're about to get tackled, you want to get down so you can call that timeout and maybe heave one to the end zone if possible.
So you got time for a 6-yard out here?
Yeah, I try to work something to the top of the screen there to the boundary, out of bounds real quick.
Arnold pressure. Gonna run with it. Jackson Arnold runs for the first down and trying to keep the play alive. Be the final play of regulation. Sharp back to Arnold, and the ball will trickle out of bounds, and Missouri on a white knuckle ride holds on to knock off Oklahoma in a thriller of a 4th quarter. This game was 9-3 at the half.
What a job by Eli Drinkwitz with a backup quarterback, a banged up starting running back. He put it together.
Let's get down the field. Cole Standabout, Missouri's head coach.
I just honestly want to know what you think about how you won that football game tonight.
We didn't quit. We said going into the game, whatever it takes. Drew Pine's friggin' stud. Theo Weiss, and then the defense, Zion Young makes a play right there. We just kept fighting, and really, really proud of this win.
That scoop and score, though, when Oklahoma takes it, that's a gut shot.
Yeah.
What's your message to your team? What do you go down and say to your team on the sideline?
We were just telling them regroup, focus on this play, and Theo made a great catch on the slant. I mean, Drew makes a great throw to Luther, and then Theo makes an unbelievable a 1-foot-in touchdown. So heck of a job, and then defense forced another turnover.
What does this do for your football team moving forward? I know you know about your team, you know about their demeanor. What does this do for you moving forward from now?
It gives us another win, keeps us in the playoff hunt. That's right, I said it, playoff hunt.
Thanks.
M-I-Z.
Thanks, Coach.
He knows the odds, and if they can win out, they'll be in the conversation. If they do, they'll have a 66% chance to enter the 12-team college football playoff. We've got more coverage coming your way from Columbia and this wild ride of a game and a renewal of this great rivalry. Get you to SEC football final, then when we return and bring it back here, Cole talk with Drew Pine, the hero of the night from Missouri. What a thriller. Dari, try to make sense of this one.